Hi Sam, how are you?
I'm good at yourself.
Not too bad, thank you for asking. Now I can see that you've booked in for a hearing test because you've been experiencing some hearing difficulties. How long has that been going on for?
It's been going on for a few months now.
A few months? And in which ear are you having the majority of the problems?
Both years.
Both ears?
Yes.
In what situations are you having these problems exactly?
Usually when I'm watching a movie or in a group of people trying to speak or
Movie?
trying to listen.
So when there's background noise kind of in a group,
Yeah, correct.
you can't hear the person next to you or in front of you, is that right?
Yeah, sometimes it gets muffled.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, now, do you have any ringing in your ears by any chance?
No.
No? No tinnitus?
No.
What about any discharge or infections?
No.
None at all? Not even when you were a child, nothing like that?
No.
Have you ever had any operations in your ears?
No.
Anything regarding you? Good.
No.
What about any family history of hearing problems or hearing loss?
No.
No? Now, have you ever been exposed to any loud noises or sounds like that?
Yes, I have. I used to work in constructions for a few months. So there was always a lot of loud noises, banging.
A few months, yep. And did you ever wear hearing protection while you were doing that?
No, I didn't.
Why was that? Because of they didn't provide it, or?
No, they did, but it just wasn't very comfortable, so I avoided wearing them.
That's often the case. When people don't feel comfortable, they choose not to wear it, which is not really that good. So is it just construction sites that you've?
There's been times that I go clubbing a lot, so I think it could be
Nightclubs?
the fact that there's always very loud music.
There is. That's something that we need to be careful of as well.
Yeah.
So parties and nightclubs. Now, do you have any medical problems by any chance in regards to anything?
No.
No. You seem like a fit young man, so no blood pressure or anything like that. Beautiful. Now, have you ever had hearing tests before?
No, I haven't.
You haven't. This is the first time?
Correct.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is just have a look inside your ears first, just to get the A-OK and see if they're clear. Then I'm going to get you inside and get you tested.
Okay, sounds good.
So what I'm going to do is just have a quick look inside your ears first.
Yep.
Make sure they're clear, and then we'll continue the rest of the testing.
Okay.
Just going to just tip. Very clean, thank you. And can I just ask you to spin the other way, please?
Sure.
Thank you. Very clear. Okay, so now if I can ask you just to sit in the booth. Okay. Sam, so what I'm going to need you to do is just to hold on to this. And I'm going to put the headphones on, and you're going to hear a series of beeps and whistles. Whenever you hear them, press the button. Even if you think you heard them, still press the button.
Okay.
And I'm going to start with the right ear.
Okay.
Now, is it okay if I close the door as well?
Yeah, that's fine.
Thank you. same thing now with the left ear. Okay, Sam, that was really good. What I'm going to do is just take these off, and same thing, just another test where wherever you hear the sound, just press the button again.
Sounds good.
It could come from either side.
Alright.
I'm just going to put this behind here. Now, is that comfortable?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yep. It's not going to be too long.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Sam, so for this next part, I'm just going to get you to come sit out here for a bit while I do some, calculations, and then we can continue with the testing.
Okay.
So just put that there. I've done my calculations, we're just going to do another test. I'm going to need you to just step in the test booth again, please.
Sure.
Now what's going to happen is I'm going to present some words to you through the tape. I'm not going to be speaking it myself. Through the headphones you're going to hear them, and whatever you hear, just repeat the same thing back to the microphone.
Okay.
Now I'll talk to you through the microphone and tell you different things through the test as well. If you could hold that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Fan, rug, ship, cheek, haze, dice, oath, well, jot, ode,
Sam, can you hear me?
yes I can,
Okay, so exactly the same thing, except it's going to be a little bit softer.
okay,
Thank you. Sam, can you hear me?
yes I can,
That was really good. Now we're just going to do the other ear. So same thing, you're going to hear the words, just repeat them back to me.
okay,
Thanks, man. Okay, Sam, so that was really good. Just going to get this, take these off. If I can get you to come out and sit on your chair, please. So now I'm just going to do a middle ear test, where you're going to hear some humming noise and feel a change of pressure. Then you're going to hear some loud sounds as well. Now, if any of this gets uncomfortable, please let me know, but all I need from you is just to sit there and enjoy.
Okay.
Now, is it alright if I clip this here?
Yeah, sure.
Is that comfortable?
Yeah, that's fine.
As we can see in the right ear, we have a type A. The normal volume compliance is normal as well, and the pressure, middle ear pressure, is -10, or within the normal limits. The IPSI reflexes, the threshold was registered at 90 dB for 500 Hz, at 1000 Hz at 90 dB, 2000 at 90 dB, 4000 at 90 dB. For the contra, it was registered at 500 Hz at 100 dB, 1085 dB, 2085 dB, and 4000 at 100 dB, all within the normal limits. Okay, so now I'm I'm just gonna swap the ears as well.
Okay.
Okay, so in the left ear we have a type A also, normal volume and normal compliance, and the pressure is within normal limits as well. The reflex threshold for 500 Hertz is 85 dB, at 1000 is 85 also. At 2000 it's 90 dB, at 4000 came at 100 dB. The contra for 500 was 95 dB, 1000 95 dB, 2000 85 dB, and at 4000 it didn't register. Okay, Sam, so this is all the testing that we did. What you see here is an audiogram. The crosses that are blue are for your left ear, and the circles which are red are for your right ear. Red for right. Now, this, the chart of your hearing, as you go down the page, it's how loud the sounds had to be for you to hear. As we go across, this is the low pitch, this is mid pitch, and this is high pitch. Right? So all like around here.
Okay.
Right? So as we can see, anything above there is within the normal hearing limits, and fortunately for you, that's where your hearing is. So you're all good, and you've got nothing to worry about. When we did the speech testing, that was fine as well, and you could hear everything perfectly at a normal conversational level. With the middle ear test that I did, that showed that your tympanic membrane, your eardrums were moving normally as well, and everything was fine. Now, what I would advise you is for you to make sure you wear hearing protection that are comfortable, because you said they were not comfortable, and that's why you didn't wear them, that are comfortable, and you can get custom made ones in any situations that you find that you're experiencing loud environments, because your hearing is very important, and if you don't, it's going to deteriorate. Now, do you have any questions for me?
No, you've been very thorough, thank you.
I tested Sam last week, who came in with concerns regarding hearing difficulties in certain places for the past few months. He mentioned while watching movies and sometimes in groups as well. Now, Sam is a 30-year-old male. He seemed pretty fit, and we wouldn't expect him to have any certain hearing losses or anything like that. Now, he didn't have any ringing in his ears, no tinnitus, no infection, discharge, no family history, and what he mentioned was he actually had nose exposure because he worked in a construction site and also parties when he was a bit younger. Now, he also had never been tested before as well. Now with the testing, as you can see, he didn't have any loss that we could see. His hearing was within the normal limits. No asymmetry or anything like that. Anything major.
So you didn't have to refer on?
No, I didn't have to refer on because there was nothing that concerning. We tested all frequencies to just make sure everything was okay, because there was a exposure of noise as well, and
So that's why you have tested the.
yeah, exactly. 3 and 6 for
Mhm.
because of the noise exposure comments that he made.
Mhm.
Now,
So the results were reliable.
yeah, well, throughout they were consistent.
Mhm.
Throughout all testing, there was nothing major.
But with the history of noise exposure, you could have some hearing loss consistent with noise exposure.
Yeah, so that's what that's why I had to make sure with the 3 and 6 to see where we were at.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
What else?
And did you have any recommendations for him?
Well, I explained to him the results, obviously, and just mentioned to him how to preserve his hearing and how important, because he mentioned he didn't wear hearing protection.
Mm-hmm.
I mentioned to him how important it is in the situations that he experiences, loud sounds, and for example, construction sites or parties, to wear hearing protection and ensure that he doesn't actually cause any further damage or any damage actually. Yeah.
Okay.
But
All
besides
good.
that, he cleared the test, and yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Wahid. Thank you.
Thank you.